So Jesus takes his disciples to Caesarea Philippi. And he takes them to the spot where the river begins to flow out of the side of a mountain. And he takes them to that pool where I stood 2 weeks ago. And he says, hey guys, I got a couple of questions for you. Who do people say I am? And the disciples are like, what? What's the word on the street, Jesus says? What about my identity? What are people saying about me? And they gave some answers. Well, some people say you're John the Baptist. Some people say you're Elijah. Some people say you're one of the Old Testament prophets. And then Jesus goes from the generic to the specific. And he goes, but what about you? Who do you say I am? And while all the other disciples are, staring at their shoes, twiddling their thumbs, looking up at the sky, Peter speaks up. Big mouth, little brain, Peter, right? Peter, who's the first one to always jump, the one that has a little bit of a problem with obstinance. Peter speaks up and says, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. That's his confession. Nobody else will say it. And Jesus then responds, Simon, flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but the Spirit of my Father in heaven revealed this to you. And I tell you the truth, that upon this rock, and Jesus changed his name from Simon to Peter, which is the ancient word Petros for rock. Upon this rock, your confession of me as Lord, upon the confession of me being Lord, I'm going to build my church. And the gates of hell will not prevail against it. In other words, Jesus takes the fight to hell. Jesus goes straight to that place where people believed hell met earth. And Jesus says, you think that stone false god, half goat, half man Pan is anything? Let me tell you what I'm going to do. One of these days, all of this will fade away. One of these days, the Jordan River is going to dry up. One of these days, people will laugh when folks talk about worshiping a half-man, half-goat God. But let me tell you what's never going to change, my kingdom. Let me tell you what can never be thwarted, my gospel. Let me tell you what can never, ever be defeated. The gates of hell cannot even prevail against my church. And Peter, when you believe I'm Lord, you are as unstoppable as the gospel. Not because of you, but because I am Lord. And that is what it means. That's what it means to really upgrade your life to where you're no longer the center of attention. Jesus is. It is the earliest church confession of faith. Jesus is Lord.